Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby is described as a southern noir thriller. It is about Ike Randolph. He is an ex-con turned lawn care business owner. He's turned his life around, and his wife Maya, and he's got his adopted granddaughter because his son was killed. His gay son was executed with his husband, and he's been grieving. The police don't know what's going on. The case is inactive. So the other, his son-in-law, his father, Buddy Lee, basically shows up and says that maybe they ought to look into what happened to see who did this. And Buddy Lee's a redneck, described as a knockoff Sam Elliott. So, you know, he wants to stir things up, but Ike, you know, he can't go back to the old days of Riot Randolph, which he was a violent crime lord, or not lord, but he was a gangster, basically. He ran with a really rough crowd outside and inside prison, and now that he's got like a business where he's got employees and stuff, he really can't risk that. But eventually they team up for a sort of buddy film. They don't like each other, but they have a common goal: to find out who killed their gay sons. Also, though, you might be thinking, oh, you know, their gay sons got killed. Isn't that a bad trope? Very similar to the women in refrigerators trope, in which a character, a minority or female, gets killed to put another character on a certain path. It originally happened to Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner. His girlfriend was introduced and then viciously murdered by one of his villains and stuffed in a fridge in order to make him sad, and he had to overcome that. So that's where that trope comes from, and it can also apply to, like, you know, black characters or gay characters. But one of the main hooks of this book is that the two fathers were homophobic. They still kind of are. They never really love their sons, but like with a passive hand, you know, like, oh, phone talks only, I don't really get you, sort of. But, you know, after their sons are taken away, they realize, you know, how backwards their thinking was. This book was phenomenal, to be honest. The prose was really descriptive, you know, like describing anger like a bag of vipers. Really great characterization, very rich, vibrant backstories for these people. I still remember their names weeks later. The villains were okay, you know, they're just, you know, villains, but like the most of the main sort of draw is the character arc of the two fathers, the revenge story, the violent action. There's some great set pieces in this. This would make a great movie. I really like the characterization. Also, the characters are human. They make mistakes. Sometimes they make stupid decisions in the moment, but it's something that anyone would do. So it comes from, you know, being human, not being stupid, which, you know, can be a cliche. I really like that. Really well-rounded, you know, characters. Very memorable story. Definitely elevates the crime thriller genre. Because when people think of thriller, they think of, oh, it's going to be a domestic thriller where like a woman witnesses a man pushing a woman onto a train or something lame, and then it's like 200 pages and barely. But, you know, you can actually like put a lot of effort into characters and have backstories, and, you know, you can put in the effort and make it more well-rounded and more memorable, like Gone Girl or this book. So this author only has 3 books, but I'm definitely going to check out more of the work, and I definitely really enjoyed this one. I give Razorblade Tears a 5 out of 5.